What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Rush Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jason Collins. I'm still here with the same panel. We're going to get into some NFL football, guys. So here we are. Guys, we had a lot of games. What did you guys think about the Steelers at Baltimore? Lucas, I'll let you start.
That defense is no joke.
No
I have
joke.
I have Lamar on my fantasy team, and he suffered greatly from that defense.
That's the thing. I had the Steelers defense, so that's what made it so good for me.
Yeah, I mean, Steelers are no joke. They're undefeated for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they have a good chance of winning.
Lucas is having some technical difficulties, but we'll come back to him. Brandon, do you want to go ahead?
Yeah, the Steelers are really good, but I think the Ravens played really, really well. It was just a wet, sloppy game. So it was just really windy. It was tough for Lamar to be able to throw the ball downfield and do some stuff. But I think the Steelers are legit. Their offense got it together in the second half. They didn't look very good in the first half, but they started putting together some drives. And the Ravens defense is good too. It's just the Ravens lost their couple of offensive linemen, and that really doesn't help against the defensive front that the Steelers have. So,
yeah. Mike, what do you think about the Steelers game?
Yeah, as you said, I do believe that you can't knock that the Baltimore Ravens did play sloppy, but it's still the Ravens at the same time.
Yeah.
You can't. The Pittsburgh Steelers defense is the real deal. I do believe that. Like they're 7-0 now. You can't knock off. You can't say anything that they played a bad schedule. They just beat the Ravens. But I get it. They did play sloppy, but the Steelers are the real deal. Their defense is looking fantastic, and I believe that they're going to keep this undefeated record for a little bit longer. So, yeah.
For sure. Lucas, you can go ahead and finish what you were saying. I think you're back now.
I don't know where I cut off at.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. You started to go off for a little bit, but just go ahead and
just
tell
a
us
random
again.
tangent. Don't worry about it. Move on to the next question.
Well, all right then. Well, the next game we're going to talk about is New England at Buffalo. Guys, what's going on with Cam, man? Like, what's going on with this New England team? Because we thought it was supposed to be, Bill Belichick proving Tom Brady that he's the reason they won the Super Bowls. But right now, it's looking very much like Tom Brady was the reason they've been winning these Super Bowls and been winning these great seasons and stuff. So what do you guys think about the Patriots right now? And Lucas, I'll let you go and start off again.
No, I'm starting this.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't think that this is a very telling sign of how well the Patriots are going to play. They had a lot of people sit out due to COVID. They were like they're losing a lot of people from that, especially on their defense that was top 10 in the league last year, and they definitely don't look like it this year. Cam Newton, I just don't think he fits Bill Belichick's system. So, I mean, he's good. I think he's a good QB to have, but not in that system. And Tom Brady, just because he looks good right now, he's got how many Pro Bowlers around him? And Bruce Arians, one of the best offensive coaches in the league. So, and that defense is top 2. So,
yeah, I understand. Mike?
It hurts me to know that Cam Newton's not playing the way he is, man. I'm scrolling to Instagram. He's working out the gospel music. This man's going to go crazy. But when I look at it and I watch these games, the first game I had hope. Second game I had hope. But looking at it now, he just lost to the Bills. And I strongly believe that this man is still injured. Probably if I watch the games, the pass he's making, the pass he's going for, he throws nothing but the left side of the field. I do believe that this man is still hurt. He's struggling. And I hate it for – I mean, it doesn't knock the fact that the Patriots head coach is still a fantastic coach, but Cam Newton is just he doesn't fit the system, man. And Tom Brady, he left, and he's looking even better. I'll be honest. This man doesn't look like he aged at all. He's still throwing dots, but I feel bad for Cam Newton. I think he doesn't fit it at all, man. Patriots are looking terrible right now.
Yeah, it's sad to see, man, because even though I'm a Broncos fan and I will never say I'm a Patriots fan, I've always been a Cam Newton fan, and it's hard to see him just not perform the way I know he could be. Like, he hasn't performed like himself, I think, since he won that MVP. And it's just sad to see. One of my favorite quarterbacks of all time, even in college, He was a great quarterback, and it's just tough to see this. Lucas, what do you have to say about it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this New England Patriots team is really that bad. I mean, it's just a bunch of opt-outs. Again, like Brandon said, just a bunch of opt-outs with COVID and everything. And you got to keep in mind, I mean, they were in a spot to win it today. Like they
Very
were,
true. Very true.
they were running it down the Bills' throats,
Mm.
and it's just Cam Newton's got to cover up that ball whenever he's running, and it's because I mean they're ball hunting at that point. You know, whenever it feels like you're getting run all over the place, and then you're in the red zone, and then you have a ball carrier who's got a ball, and they're not tucking. I mean, it's a target for the defense, and they're gonna hit it, and you just got to cover up. You got to know in game situation where you're at.
Yeah, for sure. So are the Steelers Super Bowl bound? I mean, they're showing that they're definitely the best team in football. Brandon, do you think these Steelers are Super Bowl bound?
I can't bet against Patrick Mahomes. That team is just too good. Their defense is not they're not as good as the Steelers, but they're good enough to get him some dubs. So, and obviously they've proven that.
Yeah, Mike, what do you think?
I agree. Patrick Mahomes is looking like another back-to-back to me, to be honest. So.
He's that dude. Yeah,
he is.
Dude.
He's shining still.
Lucas?
Yeah, the Chiefs are repeating. I'm sorry. There's just no other way around it. That offense is way too good. That defense is just good enough to where they won't lose them games. And never bet against Patrick Mahomes.
Now, sometimes that defense does look like one of the better defenses. I will say that. Like some games, they look like they're shutting down. But honestly, it's just too good. Like there's so many other good teams in the league this year, and I just can't quite say that I think the Chiefs are repeating yet. I mean, the fact that not the Cowboys, definitely not the Cowboys. Just the fact that the Steelers are still undefeated, and the fact that Seattle is going to have to be in the way if they get to the Super Bowl, and the fact that there's a whole bunch of great teams in the NFC and great teams in the AFC. I mean, the Tennessee Titans lost to the Steelers, but you know the Steelers are the best team in football right now. You know, it's just like really tough for me to say, you know, it's Chiefs right now. But if I had to pick one to win the AFC and go to the Super Bowl right now, my pick is the Steelers. And my Super Bowl prediction is the Steelers versus the Seahawks for right now. But this is going to be a pretty testy topic, I think. Is Arizona a threat to win their division after beating the Seattle Seahawks? Because they made a statement for beating the undefeated Seahawks. So, Mike, I'll let you start it off. What do you think?
And win their division, man, the game that I saw that versus the Seahawks, it's one of the best games I've seen in a long time. When you have that run from DK.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, Arizona played their minds. Like they played amazing football. But then when you come to that last drive with Russell Wilson throwing that interception, he did play sloppy that game. Yeah. I'll give him that. Now, when I give him to – that doesn't knock the fact that Arizona played amazing.
Yeah.
I think that the Seahawks definitely should be worried about it a little bit. But I don't think we'll see that mess up from Russell Wilson like that. Like he's MVP talk. He's probably won't mess up like that ever again in this whole season. So
yeah, for sure. Brandon?
I don't want to bet against Russell Wilson either. He's just too clutch. But so I don't think that the Cardinals will win this division, but they look like they can in the future. That defense looks pretty good. Seattle's defense, they just got a couple guys to shore up their defensive line, and Jamal Adams is coming back. So I think they're going to look really good in the next couple of weeks.
Lucas?
Yeah, I mean the Seahawks are sitting at 6-1, Cardinals at 5-2. I know the Cardinals won the head-to-head battle, but I don't see the Seahawks losing many more games.
And they'll definitely play them again for sure. So that could even out that head-to-head battle. But on to Atlanta. The Atlanta Falcons with the dub against Carolina, a decent Carolina team. Did they wake up, or is it just a fluke? Lucas, I'll let you go ahead and start this one.
I think it's a fluke. I don't think Carolina's as good as people think they are, and plus they didn't have CMC, which of course he is a factor in every game that he plays. One of the best running backs in the league. So I just think it was a fluke this week.
Brandon?
Yeah, I have to say I think it was a fluke as well. Matt Ryan played a really, really good football game. I don't think he had an interception, and that's not typical from him. So, and it was Carolina. Their defense isn't that good. Their run defense is very bad. Their secondary is very young and not experienced yet. So, I don't think this is a sign of them changing their ways.
All right, Mike?
Yeah, I think it was a fluke. What was it before they won this game? Were they 1-6? I mean, and plus they're going against a Panthers team that hasn't been the same since they had Cam Newton. There's a lot of stuff going on with the Panthers, and once again, they don't have CMC. If CMC was going against the Falcons, he rushed for a billion yards, in my opinion. So I think it was a fluke. Matt Ryan did play an amazing game, though. I'll give him that. But yeah, it was a fluke for me.
Yeah, for sure. Man, I just think this team is a disappointment, really, just to the NFL, honestly, for the past 5 years since they lost the Super Bowl and a little bit before then. But I think it's not a wake-up call, or like it's not like them saying, we here, man, we woke up. I think it's really just they won a game and they might win the next one. They might not. I think it's just one of those games where they pick up a little bit of juice, and they might go on a little small streak with this, maybe 2 games. 2-game streak, maybe. I think after that, fall right back off. I don't think it's anything to like be overwhelmed about, anything to talk about if you're an Atlanta Falcons fan. But, any win to them is exciting but at this point. So, congrats to them. I'm not going to damper on their parade. But, guys, we're going to finish this out with 4 questions. Let me get my music queued up once more. But I got 4 good questions for you guys. I need you guys to answer them as fast as you can so I can move it on. But we're going to go in the order of Lucas, Brandon, and Mike. But here it goes. Who is the most disappointing team in football this year?
Probably the 49ers.
Ooh. Why is that?
I mean, they're sitting at 500 right now, and they were NFC champs last year. So I don't know. It's just a pretty big dip.
Yeah. Okay, I feel that. Brandon?
I think it has to be the Falcons. I think a lot of people thought they would be better than this. I don't think the Niners have that big of a dip off because they did lose a lot of players. Like DeForest Buckner goes to the Colts, and now Joey Bosa's out for the season with an injury. They've got so many injuries. I don't want to put this on. Oh, they just had a really bad year.
Mike?
I got 2. Probably the Falcons, of course, for many reasons. I mean, they have never really been good, but it's just for them to fall off this much. It's kind of crazy to me. But a big thing to me personally is I'm a fan of the Eagles, and for the Eagles to pick up a good defense in Darius Slay, bunch of good picks, but they are out with injuries too. But at the same time, Carson Wentz has been playing just been playing pretty bad. So they haven't been playing that well to me.
I understand. My pick is the Cowboys. I just think the team is terrible right now, and I know the loss of Dak is like one of the main reasons. But I mean, it is disappointing, not just like who just absolutely sucks. I think they'd be great if they had a better defense and had their star quarterback back, but they don't, and that's why it's really disappointing to me. They just didn't come out to perform as we thought they would this year. But Super Bowl predictions. I said Steelers versus Seahawks. Lucas, what do you think?
I got Chiefs and Seahawks.
All right, I like it. Brandon?